upcoming projects are to sort through all of my images from this trip and to do a series of paintings based on the experience here, and see what I can do as far as maybe incorporating something from the Biennale in my work as well. So I see the world as being very warm and friendly and very inspiring as far as the glory of nature and also the magnificent things that man can do when he puts his mind to it. The houses of Venice and Murano is just, were just so beautiful. The architecture so wonderful that you cannot walk down the canals and not be inspired by all of the great architecture and the artisans that went to work in creating these fantastic cities in Italy. How can you not be inspired as an artist being in Florence? Everywhere you go, there's art. You go to the Uffizi and see all the work there. Go to the Michelangelo exhibits, and we went to the Palace of Pitti, and it's just fantastic artwork, and the lighting in Florence is just wonderful. Even in the wintertime, we were here in the summertime, it was great then, and in the wintertime, the light that comes through the clouds, just when they start to break away, is just inspiring, and the colors are very vibrant. Yes, I plan to do a lot of paintings from this trip.
In a way, they've remained true to that idea. One of the things that we'll discuss in a minute is whether or not they remain living sculptures, and the answer seems to be very much yes. Since you went to art school and met in London, you've always lived and worked in London. Could you ever conceive of living and working anywhere else, even though you've exhibited all around the world, or is London your place?
We don't live in London. We live in East London. We would never move from East London. Jack the Ripper.
Yes, we were so worried, so we asked a friend of ours to write a letter to the head of sculpture, asking whether he would recommend her for a project. And he wrote back, and the friend showed us the letter and said, "Dear madam, under no circumstances have anything to do with these two people."
Put forward the other students that were already outside our. It was after secondary school that we started with the.
So what did you learn at art school? Because a lot of the artists here, I think some people will teach and some won't. Some will have learned a lot.
I've traveled quite extensively in the United States. I've been all over the U.S. And I went to school in Paris for 2 years. And I went to school in Copenhagen. And I studied a little bit in London. So I traveled all over Europe. And the last time I was in Europe was 5 years ago, and my wife and I, we did a painting vacation trip from Venice to Florence. So we painted our way across Northern Europe. And travel is very important, especially for Americans, because Americans they don't go out very much, and they're very isolated and they're very ignorant about the ways of the rest of the world. Just look at George Bush. Man's never left home. He's got us into 2 wars. So I guess that's being political. I shouldn't do that. But I'm anti-war and I'm anti-Bush. So travel helps you understand the rest of the world. And if you travel and meet people, maybe there wouldn't be a need for war. I think it's very important to take part in a festival like the Biennale because you get to see in one location work that is being done from almost every part or every corner of the world. And the world, you realize how small the world really is when you start seeing the work that other people have done and how it relates to the individual and to each other. And we really have a lot in common. We're all interested basically in the same dynamics and principles that art, whether it's sculpture or painting or drawing, I find that we all have a central soul, as it were, an artistic soul that we all share. And meeting all these people is such a tremendous experience, and the friends that we will make will last forever. And I'm sure that the experience that my wife and I have experienced here will be memories for us for a long time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Biennale is pleased to welcome the Artists for Human Rights Association. And we are very happy to welcome the founder of Artists for Human Rights Association, the actress for Academy nomination actress, Miss ANDRUS.
I'm thrilled to be here at the fabulous Biennale dell'Arte Contemporanea di Firenze. I would like to personally thank the President of the Biennale, as well as members of the Biennale International Jury and members of the Biennale Scientific Committee. And therefore, it is with great pleasure that we celebrate and present to you today, Artists for Human Rights International Humanitarian Award to the President of the Biennale, Pasquale Celosa.
If you raise your hand, and if you have two people that you know, raise your two hands. I just want to have a show of hands. That is too many hands, don't you think? Yeah. I think even one hand is one too many. That's why the program Passion for Life is important. Because we, as people, as artists, we are suffering to see our friends, family members die of cancer.